NomadNurseZ. Thanks for tuning in. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing some questions that you might want to ask yourself when you're deciding what specific type of remote nursing job is right for you. So stay tuned. So question number one is the most important, and that one is, do I want to work with patients? Now I know that seems like such a weird question to ask, but it's true because some remote nursing jobs have no patient interaction. Some of them do. For me, I don't have any patient interaction, and I think it's important to tell you this now because I don't want you to get into a situation where you've got a remote nursing job and then you realize this kind of like on the first day, like, oh, there's no patient interaction, like what? And so I want you to think about this question now to know that whether or not it's important to you. Obviously, there are remote nursing jobs where you do have that patient interaction. For example, some jobs might be like telehealth, where you are seeing a patient over the video and they're showing you their skin rash, or you can maybe work in a call center where you're talking to that patient one-on-one over the phone. There's so many different types of patient interaction that you could or couldn't have. So you really need to think about, do you want to have patient interaction? Number two is what type of setting do you want to work in? I think that so many people assume remote nursing jobs are all the same as far as that you can work anywhere, and that's not the case. Depending on the company, depending on the job, they may have certain requirements for you. They may require that you work from home and you have to stay within your house boundaries. Like you cannot leave your house, you cannot go work in a coffee shop due to confidentiality, whatever, I don't know, but it's there. Those are real things that some companies require of you from your job. Another type of setting that you might have is like a hybrid situation where you work from home maybe 3 days of the week and then go into the office 2 days of the week. So that's another type of setting. And then another setting is that, of course, you can go anywhere, anytime, which would be ideal. But while it's ideal, it may not actually be in all jobs that you're applying for. So really either pay close attention when you're applying, or at least ask in the interview, hey, what do you mean when you say remote job setting? What do you mean? And I think that's really great in order to avoid any kind of problems in the future when you realize things maybe aren't what you thought they would be. The third question I would ask myself is, do I want to have to deal with coworkers? I think that so many remote nursing jobs, you can have coworkers or no coworkers the same way, where you can have no patient interaction or patient interaction. So for me, I don't have any coworker interaction. So I have no patient interaction, I have no coworker interaction. And so this might make some people really lonely. It doesn't for me, I love it. But basically, I have coworkers, don't get me wrong, but they're only there for me in the consulting type of sense, or emotional support basically, because I don't need them to do my job. I don't have to work on any type of group projects where it's kind of like a relay system where someone works on this and then another person works on that and then it goes on to this person. I don't have any of that. My job is completely independent of anyone. I don't have to wait for anybody to do anything. I just do it. So I think you need to think about your coworker situation. Are you going to be okay working independently, or do you need that person next to you, sitting next to you in the office setting where they're working on their laptop and it's motivating you to do your work? You know what I mean? What type of coworker interaction do you want? So I think another question that you need to think about is, what certifications or specialties do I have experience in? I think so many times we can just think about certification as far as where that allowed you to work. If you were a critical nurse, certified, then you're thinking you would be able to work in ED settings or ICU. And I think if you think about it that way, when it comes to looking for a remote nursing job, you can really pigeonhole yourself. And so I would just encourage you to think outside the box for your certification, because a lot of times the things that you're certified in, you either are passionate about or you have experience in. So you could definitely use those to your advantage. when you are trying to figure out what type of remote nursing job to have. And I would kind of encourage you to look at the content of that certification versus the setting that allowed you to work in, because you can maybe use that content for more preventative measures. So for example, like if you know a lot about like end-stage renal disease, maybe you could work with a population where like maybe you can prevent them from getting to that specific type of, of stage, as like a preventative, like maybe working with a patient population with diabetes, and you could be like a diabetes nurse educator. And that's actually a real remote job. Like there's a need for it and it's out there. So think about different things that maybe aren't super obvious, but could, be helpful to other people because you have that knowledge. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Think about it critically. So another thing that you want to think about would be your work schedule. Just the same way that you were thinking about what type of work schedule you wanted when you were a nurse, like if you wanted 312s or if you want, the 5/8s, the same thing applies here. I don't think it's as important for me personally, just because remote nursing positions are more like family friendly, I feel like. But there are those remote nursing jobs that are going to be like nighttime or just going to be weekends only. So just another thing to think about. It seems very obvious, but I thought I'd go ahead and throw it in here at the end. So otherwise, those are all of the questions that I have for you, just to start brainstorming about what type of remote nursing job is right for you. If you're interested, I have a link down below in the description of 25 remote nursing jobs that are available, and I've gone ahead and listed the salary for them as well. So if you're interested, check out my blog. It's down below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And if you want to know when more of these videos are out, hit the subscribe button. So thank you all so much for watching today, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.